The Haunting of Mercy Hill Hospital, a chilling org tale. Once upon a time, on the outskirts of town, stood the abandoned and eerie Mercy Hill Hospital. This hospital, with its dilapidated facade, had been host to many dark tales over the years. However, the day came when a group of brave explorers was determined to uncover the true horrors lurking within. Rumors of the hospital being closed for years circulated, but a group of friends decided to unravel the secrets concealed within its walls. As night fell, this fearless group stepped through the hospital doors. The tension in the air seemed to suffocate the echoes of their footsteps in the corridors. The hospital halls were silent, with only the whistling of the wind and the distant creaking of a loose window somewhere. But this silence was shattered at unexpected moments, as strange sounds emanated from darkened rooms. Many rooms house old patient records, abandoned equipment, and windows cove. Then, one of the explorers discovered, in the farthest corner of the hospital, a section that had been closed and forgotten years ago. This section had once housed an old radiation therapy unit, and a strange beam of light began to emerge from the room. From the light, images of the hospital's painful past flickered. The screams of patients, the dance of shadows, and echoes of forgotten memories unfolded. The explorers had encountered paranormal activity, and fear gripped them as they recoiled. However, the ghost of an old nurse, determined to share the truth, appeared from the light. Her story unveiled the dark past filled with improper treatments, abandoned patients, and sealed-off sections. Guided by the ghostly nurse, the explorers confronted the haunted past within the hospital. Yet, with each step, they encountered increasing levels of horror and suspense. In the end, the dark secrets of Mercy Hill Hospital were revealed, but the explorers were forever changed by that unforgettable. This tale narrates the struggle of a brave group against the forgotten ghosts within an old hospital. Are you ready for an adventure filled with fear and suspense? Part 2. The Shadows Within. As the group delved deeper into Mercy Hill Hospital, guided by the spectral nurse, the atmosphere became increasingly oppressive. The temperature dropped noticeably, and an unsettling silence hung in the air. In the heart of the hospital, they discovered an old operating room, its doors barely hanging on their hinges. The room echoed with ghostly whispers, as if the walls retained the agonizing cries of patients from a bygone era. Shadows danced on the peeling wallpaper, casting eerie shapes that seemed. The nurse's ghostly figure beckoned the explorers towards a corridor that appeared to lead to the hospital's underground levels. Reluctantly, they descended into the abyss, each step echoing through the desolate hallways. As they reached the lower levels, the group encountered rooms filled with forgotten medical equipment and remnants of crude experiments. The air was thick with an otherworldly energy, and their flashlights flickered ominously. The nurse, with a mournful gaze, revealed the stories of misplaced experiments and the desperate cries of patients left to the mercy of misguided procedures. In one room, they discovered a forgotten diary belonging to a doctor who had once worked at Mercy Hill. The entries spoke of unethical practices, hidden experiments, and the doctor's descent into madness. It became clear that the hospital's dark history was not confined to paranormal activity alone. Human malevolence had played a role in shaping its haunting legacy. As the group continued, They stumbled upon a sealed room at the end of a dimly lit corridor. The nurse's spectral form hesitated before revealing the room's horrifying secret within. Preserved in a macabre display were the remains of those who had suffered the most. A haunting memorial to the sins of Mercy Hill Hospital. Suddenly, the temperature plummeted, and a disembodied voice echoed through the corridors, warning the intruders to leave. Panic set in as the shadows around them seemed to come alive, manifesting into ethereal forms that closed in. The explorers, gripped by terror, raced against time to escape the malevolent force that now sought to trap them within the hospital's unforgiving walls. Will they make it out alive, or will they become permanent residents of Mercy Hill's haunted corridors? The chilling saga continues as the shadows within the hospital unveil their darkest secrets in the next chapter of this horror tale. Part 3. Echoes of despair. As the explorers frantically navigated the labyrinthine corridors of Mercy Hill Hospital, the malevolent force closed in around them. The air grew thick with an otherworldly presence, and the hospital seemed to come alive with the tormented echoes of its dark past. The spectral nurse led the group towards the hospital's abandoned chapel, a place where unspeakable acts had taken place. The stained glass windows cast ghastly hues upon the floor, and the air pulsed with an ominous energy. The nurse, with a sorrowful gaze, recounted tales of rituals conducted in the name of forbidden knowledge, in a desperate bid to break free from the encroaching darkness. The group stumbled upon a hidden library filled with forbidden tomes and ancient texts. The nurse urged them to find a particular grimoire, rumored to hold the key to dispelling the malevolent force that held them captive. As they combed through dusty shelves, the temperature in the library plummeted, and the room echoed with faint whispers. The grimoire, bound in decaying leather, revealed an incantation that could banish the shadows plaguing the hospital. With trembling hands, one of the explorers began the ritual, their voice cutting through the oppressive silence. As the incantation reached its crescendo, the hospital convulsed with a sinister energy. Shadows retreated, and the air seemed to clear momentarily. The nurse's spectral form, illuminated by an otherworldly light, whispered her gratitude. However, their moment of respite was short-lived. A ghastly figure, the vengeful spirit of the doctor mentioned in the diary, emerged from the shadows. Driven by malevolence, the spirit sought to protect the hospital's gruesome secrets. The explorers, now faced with a vengeful entity, realized the true extent of the darkness they had awakened. In a final confrontation, the group fought to complete the ritual and banish the malevolent spirit. The chapel echoed with the clash of ethereal forces, and the very foundation of the hospital trembled. The grimoire's incantation reached its zenith, and an explosion of blinding light enveloped the chapel. As the light subsided, Mercy Hill Hospital stood silent and still. The explorers, battered but alive, found themselves outside the hospital's now sealed doors. The specters, nurse and vengeful spirit alike had vanished, leaving behind an eerie quiet. The once menacing structure now stood dormant, as if the shadows within had been expelled. The explorers, haunted by the harrowing events, made a solemn vow never to speak of what they had witnessed. Within the forsaken halls of Mercy Hill, years passed, and the hospital remained untouched, a decaying relic of a troubled past. Whispers persisted among the townsfolk, tales of a haunted hospital that had claimed the sanity of those who dared to enter. The chilling saga of Mercy Hill Hospital became a cautionary tale, a stark reminder of the thin veil between the living and the realm of the supernatural. And so the story concludes. But the echoes of despair within Mercy Hill Hospital lingered on, a haunting reminder of the darkness that could never be fully extinguished